This is a demonstration of the new tool in GeoSketch 4.0 for building a surface of revolution. The first step is to digitize a base circle, which is done just like with the circle tool where you digitize 3 points on the circumference. After I've digitized the second point, the status window at the bottom right shows me how many facets are being created and the radius of the circle. I can change the number of facets using the up arrow to increase the number of facets, or the down arrow to decrease the number of facets. Once I digitize the third point, I've established the base circle. I can rotate around so I can see the green plane, which is where I'm constructing the profile, and the left edge of that plane is the center line of the surface of revolution, and then the other edges move to accommodate wherever I put the cursor. So I can digitize points to define the profile of this revolution. I can constrain the points. If I hold down the up arrow, it will be constrained to be a vertical segment, so even if I move the cursor in and out, it stays at that horizontal position. So that will basically create a cylindrical portion to the profile. If I hold down the down arrow, it will constrain it vertically so that it's creating a disc. If I move the cursor over to that center line, it'll come to a point. If I want to delete a point, I can just hit the control key and that point will be removed. I'll go ahead and have that come to a point up at the top. You can also go back and add points to the beginning of the profile. So I'll add a point here. Once you're done digitizing your profile, you can hit the tab key, and now it has the options for smoothing of the polygons for the surface of revolution, smoothing and softening. I'll choose none. And you have the option, if you have some aux views to texture, then you can choose the option for how the textures are applied. In this case, I don't have any. So when I hit tab, it creates the surface of revolution, and it's been created as a group that meets the criteria to be a solid, so we can use the solid tools on it. So for a practical application of this, I'll go to a model from San Diego, California, of the Coronado Hotel. In this case, I've got a portion of the hotel already built, but we're interested in building a rotunda at the front of the hotel. And I'll go to my aux views, and I will build the surface of revolution from a single aux view. So I see the rotunda here. So I'll choose the revolution tool, and I'll choose a point where I can see the profile well. The first point establishes the plane for the profile. So I'll digitize here. And I'll do 2 more points on the circumference, over here and here. Now I've established my base circle, and I can start to digitize the profile, which I can see. When I get to this portion, I'll use my constraining keys to constrain that segment to be vertical. And I'll go up under the neck of this crow's nest over to here, digitize a point there, go up underneath. Then I use the down arrow to digitize a disc that comes out to the edge, the up arrow to do the outside of this railing, and the down arrow to do a disc across the top of the railing, then the up arrow to go down inside, and continue in that manner, alternating between horizontal and vertical. Go up under the eave, then a disc coming out there. Now I'll go up to the spire up at the top and digitize here. And then the last point will go down to a peak at the top of the spire. And as before, I can go back and hold down the shift key to continue to add points to the beginning of my profile. Hold down the up arrow because that's a vertical segment. Then I'll digitize this awning. Then I'll do the down arrow to do a horizontal segment underneath there. And then vertical constraint to digitize down to the ground level. Now I've completed my profile, so I'll do the tab key. I'll again choose not to do any smoothing or softening. For my texture option, I will choose to texture the polygons from this aux view where I digitized. Now select OK. Now it's created that surface of revolution, but because my aux view didn't line up with my ortho view, it's in the wrong place. So we can use the move tool to just move it over to where it's over its profile, and then use the Alt key to raise it up to the right height. And we've got this revolution. It was textured just from this one aux view, so if we look around to the back, some of those polygons are not textured. We can use the texture face tool to fix that. Select a series of faces. Select these faces. Go up around the balcony. Some of the faces to the right will need to come from a different aux view. So now just go to the texture face tool. Hold down the control key and move the textures, the mapping of those textures to match what I see in the view, and then apply those textures. And I can move around to the other side to apply them back over here from a different view. So that completes the demonstration of the Surface of Revolution tool.